Hi, I'm Ginger from Ginger's Parrot Rescue, and one of the most frequent questions I get is about cage sizing for Senegal parrots. What's the best size for my Senegal? And if you look online, if you just do a complete search, you're going to find out that most places will recommend 18 by 18 or 20 by 20 as an adequate size cage for a Senegal parrot. And I will tell you, I do not have one cage in this entire rescue that size. It is not even adequate, in my opinion, for a cockatiel, let alone a Senegal parrot, who is very active. So most Senegal parrots are. So as you can see here, I've got two parrots side by side, both in stainless steel cages, just to show you so that you can see the difference in sizes. What I want to tell you is this is the very bare minimum cage that I will ever have a Senegal parrot in, and it is a 24-inch square. So it's 2 feet by 2 feet. And it's yet about almost 30 inches high. It's 28 inches tall. And the inside, and that doesn't include the stand height, of course. So the bird has, his inside space is 28 inches tall, 24 by 24, bare minimum. And that is exactly what I would say is that. His bar spacing is a little bit more than 1/2 of an inch, and these are the thinner bars. If you move over here to Sammy's cage, these are the cages that I prefer, and I most of the time recommend when people ask me about cages because I like this size. This is an A&E cage. It's 32 inches wide. It's 23 inches deep. It's 30 inches tall on the inside of the cage. It gives you more width than height. And that's something I think everybody needs to know, no matter what your parrot is, maybe with the exception of parrots that have long tails, because of course you need taller cages. But vertical height for these little guys is not important. So if you get a small 18 by 18, but yet it's 52 inches tall, you think, oh my gosh, I've got all this great space for this bird. It is not adequate spacing. So they need more of the horizontal space than the vertical space. The height's not as important as the length. So they need more room to move around, they need more perching, they need more room to get back and forth in their cage, get up, get down in the cage. And this bar spacing is as wide as I would ever recommend. It's 5/8 of an inch. So it's not quite an inch. It's not 3/4, which is a little bit too much. So it's 5/8, again, 5/8 is the key for a Senegal parrot. I would never go more than that. So what I have found over time too is the reason why I go to the width instead of the height is because, as you can see here, the perching is such that if this bird cage was really, really tall, which a lot of bird cages are, then they sit on the perches here, they're gonna poop on everything below it. And birds like to sit up high anyway. They don't really use the bottom half of those taller cages. So they're only using the top half. And then all they're doing is that's wasted space. It's a place for them to poop. And you can see that Sammy is a lot more comfortable moving around laterally than he would be up and down in the height. So I would say there really isn't a cage that is too large for a Senegal. For any parrot. Get the biggest that you can, keeping in mind that you want to watch your bar spacing. So always watch your bar spacing. 1/2 inch is really a great one. I think 1/2 inch is a good size. But the widest you want to go is, as I had mentioned, 5/8. One thing to keep in mind, a lot of people look on Craigslist and different places to get their cages that are used for a good price, and they think bigger's better, let's get the biggest cage we can. The problem is, the bigger the cage, usually the wider the bar spacing, and that's where you're running into trouble. So you can get a really, really big cage and think, great, I'm giving my Senegal parrot this awesome space, and now the bar spacing is 1 inch, and you can stick your entire hand through it. They can also put their head through it and get it stuck. So be very careful with that. For those of you who have asked about caging, that's my feeling on it. I just want to let you know again, if you're interested in adopting a parrot from us, or to get more information, or if you have any questions about Senegal parrots, give us a call or go to our website, that's gingersparrots.org, or visit us on Facebook. We do a lot of videos on there, a lot of fun information is available on there, and that is facebook.com/gingersparrotrescue.